Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Mic with the M.
Auntie.
Hey, today's discussion is going to be about everybody got to do better. Men got to do better, women got to do better, but from a different level, a different area. We have to do better once we grow up. And what I mean by that is when we start to get into relationships and everything, that we need to literally grow up. Meaning, your mama can't tell you all the time, like if you got a girlfriend, and all of a sudden your mama got so many things got going, and then you got, I gotta go help my mama. Bruh, you gotta grow up. You gotta put your big boy drawers on, and you have to stand up, and you have to say, Mama, this is my new girlfriend. We're gonna go out. I'll holler at you when I get a chance. But if your mama make you feel bad about it, it's probably time to have that conversation with your mama.
It's about boundaries.
Boundaries, yes.
Cut some very clear boundaries. I think as we go into relationships, those areas that you leave gray, gonna come up and bite you later on. Keep avoiding the conversation with your mother. That's a gray area.
Yes, it is.
It gets grayer and grayer every day. Oh, boy. And the old girl well, why he interacting with her like that? Your mom needs you again? And again?
Yeah, mama, only me and her, she raised me and everything, so I feel obligated to be there with my mama and everything. So mama need me, I'm going to be there for mama.
Oh.
Boy, that's what mama want.
That's
I got to
what
be
your
there for
mama
mama.
need.
Mama going, mama, mama always going to be there.
Boundaries. Yeah, we be looking for if it's a serious woman, right? Somebody who's worth something. And you serious and you worth something too, then yeah, y'all both worth creating and putting up a certain boundaries, especially when it comes to parents.
You got to, because you dealing with so many unsolved issues when it comes to, I'm going to say particularly mothers. If the mother's raising the kids without the fathers involved, there's just certain things she's just going to inherently pass on to you.
Yes, absolutely.
She's going to pass on her toxicity, her anger, her hurt. You will live every bit of her hurt along with it. It's almost like you all everybody's POW. Everybody gonna be in this, and
it's the journey. I'm gonna take you along. I'm gonna take you along in my journey. Right. So if my journey was very positive and well balanced, and I took you along for that journey, then you're normally a positive and well balanced person. But if my journey was a little bit turbulent and a little bit all over the place and knocked you around, then you might be a little, beat up from my journey.
Yes, you
it
will
just
be.
is what it is, because as a mother, I'm gonna definitely take you along for my journey. And if there's no man there to help, with that turbulence, or if something's knocking us about and there's no protection there, right? Then it just is what it is. You're gonna get all of it.
See, and at that point, I feel that as a man, using from my point of view, you're gonna have the obligation. I'm gonna take care of mama because mama took care of me. I understand all that, but now I'm progressing from being that child to being a man.
Absolutely.
So you have to come to grips with that conversation you're gonna have with your mama, which a lot of y'all don't. That's why y'all got problems now, because I don't want to talk to my mama because I don't want to get my mama upset. Because
I think sometimes it's more than I don't want to get them upset. I think sometimes your mother's your safety net. And maybe those are the men who don't necessarily want to rattle their mothers. Like, if something hits the fan, that's the one I'm going to go to, type of thing. Like, if I really need some money, I'm going to my mom, because she going to have my back. And granted, she is. But she should have your back even without having you kind of in her pocket.
Yes. That goes back to I'm going to speak for mamas. I ain't a mama, but I'm going to speak for mamas. It's almost, I would think that if he's keep coming back to me for every little thing, he hasn't really grown up, per se. If he comes for me for every little something.
But you the type you want him dependent like that. So you kind of enjoying it being needed.
Damn. Don't you want this dude to grow up be a good man for somebody else?
No, we do.
Because again, this dude will want somebody else. He's not going to marry his mama. He's going to want to marry a nice young lady.
Right.
But if you, as the mama, going to keep that latch on to him, that little leech, like, oh, you know what? Like, he owe you something.
Like the sable in him.
Yes. And here's the other thing. Your kids don't owe you shit. You bring them here.
Yeah.
They ain't ask you. They ain't come knock on your door, knock on your stomach or your uterus. Say,
Let me in.
Can I come
Let
in for a
me
second?
in.
Come on, I'm gonna be in there for like 2 months. Then I'm going. Okay, come on in for a little bit. No, you
Yeah.
brought them here.
Yeah.
So it's the women and men both responsibility to make sure that they grow up to be healthy, functioning
Absolutely.
adults.
Absolutely.
Not hanging on mama, my mama.
Not just
this.
growing up.
No.
Not just getting grown.
No,
Yeah,
no,
healthy, functioning
no.
adults.
She
Absolutely.
got to be able to function. That guy and that daughters also, they have to be able to function outside of you. They shouldn't need you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You should be getting them ready for a life after you.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
not life like, oh Lord, if mama died there tomorrow, what am I gonna do?
To be able to at some point depend on your children to take care of you in some capacity as your time comes.
Exactly, because we don't know how all this shit going to end. We, every day something happens to somebody, and all of a sudden you're in a situation where you depend upon someone.
Yeah.
But now, if you have a child who's so dependent upon you, they can't think their way out of a goddamn open box.
No,
with a
you
GPS.
screwed then.
You are screwed, and they
Yeah.
screwed.
Yep.
Because now you done retarded both of y'all. Both of y'all
Yep.
retarded because now you like, I can't do nothing. I used to do everything. He can't do anything because I think for him
Yep.
or her. So you all fucked up.
Yep.
And that person is no good for anybody else because now they're gonna look for some. My mama took care of me.
Yeah,
so I
just
need
looking for
else.
somebody else to take care of.
God damn! Don't we
So
have
now you
enough
just
of that shit?
needy.
Don't we have enough of that? It's somebody. We gotta make a change because it's crazy out here. I mean, you can see the results. You see people throwing their girlfriends, wives, and kids up the goddamn house for a simple argument. Yo, you call and look for me. All y'all get the hell out of my house. How the hell you gonna throw your wife and your kid out your house because your wife looking for where you at? And I'm thinking, to me, it's got to be more than that. We just saw the end result of him kicking everybody and throwing clothes
I
out the
don't
window.
even care what the more to that is. Like, to me, the moral of the story to that, I mean, and that woman. He
Yes.
basically said, fuck himself. Like, sir,
Yes.
wow.
And you showed, someone was filming that shit. I don't know if one of the kids are filming
Who
it.
was filming that? That's the
So-
part that kills me is the cameraman of today.
Who the fuck is filming it? The next door
Who's
neighbor.
filming
Ooh,
this?
What's going
Like,
on over there?
no, it was too straight on too. Like,
Yeah, like right there. And
Yeah.
she crying, trying to get in. And she holding on the baby, another baby on the leg. He throwing clothes out the door and shit. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, that's tacky. You don't even have no dignity messing up. They ain't had no HOA. Because you can't just be throwing no clothes on the outside like that. See, that's why they made rules like that. Keep
Yes.
y'all domestic situations together.
Hey,
You want to
keep that
pack
shit
up somebody?
inside.
You want to put somebody's stuff out? Pack it up first. Y'all just gonna single.
Yes, just throw
No.
shit outside. And you go pick that shit up. And then I'm like,
That's
you
a
sure?
woman's move.
Yeah.
And then it's the man doing it piece by piece.
A
yeah.
man in there throwing some shit that you would see a woman do. Like you said, that's
Yes.
a woman's move.
Yes,
But
because
that's-
I'm angry and I'm moving with emotion and I'm not really thinking about what's happening. See, if I was thinking about what's going on, I would have politely packed up your stuff and told you take everything that's in the box, to the left. No,
Yes. But no, this is the mentality.
I'm
This,
throwing it one by one because I don't have no, I didn't really think this through. I'm just mad. But you're a man.
you're a man.
You're
That's
not supposed
the
to be
thing.
thinking with your emotions.
No, out there throwing the shoes and stuff out there. Like, get your shoes out of here. You chasing me. You after me. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what we do, shoe by shoe. I'm not trying to throw the shoe at you.
I'm throwing-
yeah.
throw
And
that
I'm
shit out
just,
there.
It's so sad. Yeah.
It is. And it's just, again, going back to how they're raised. That has a lot to do how that person was raised. Because for you to, that quickly, she called me, I got upset, and I'm going to go back to the emotional part of throwing shit outside. That's not a guy. That's not how men react to things.
That's what the woman has impressed on, the child. Him as a man child. And you grow up and you're going to do by default
That's
what
all you
you've
know.
seen. Yeah, because it's what you know.
Wow.
And so you acting out and you in your manhood, don't get me wrong. But it's just bits that's been placed on your manhood that's just really not supposed to have been there.
No.
It's just really, and because you probably only seen, the woman, acting all the way out, because the man probably had left or just wasn't present. Or you just didn't get to see him angry and how he goes through his emotions. You walked away with the woman's. And
Yep.
It just is what it is.
And you're gonna pass that whole shit on to, as you see, to the next generation. Because then your kid sees that, and you may not be in their life, but you still show them that feminine side of you, which is like, oh, mama act like that and daddy act like that, so it must be normal. It's not normal. It's just what they do.
Yeah, we normalizing the dysfunction.
And dysfunction is all over the goddamn place. And the other thing I want to say is, can people stop putting their hands on each other? I don't know why you get upset, and the first thing they want to do is touch women slapping men, men slapping women.
Was it a video you
Yes,
sent me
in fact,
of a woman?
the producer told me, and it was so fucked up. The woman's arguing with a guy in a bowling alley. She's yelling and screaming, The guy looks away from her. She hits the motherfucker in his head with a bowling ball. Knocks that dude clean out. Shoot, he out. Like a Mike Tyson right, out. Now, somebody's filming this shit. This dude's knocked out, 30 seconds on the ground. And laying out. Nobody goes up and says, excuse me, sir.
Was she still holding the ball?
Yeah, still having the ball.
She still had the weapon. He was like, I'm not checking up on I'm not checking up on that man. She still got the weapon in her hand.
But goddamn, a bowling ball.
Yeah.
This guy, you hit him in the head, and it fell face first. You hit him in the head. This
is at a family function. This is the bowling alley. Wow.
Yes. And this
is a family-oriented space.
Yes. And you hit his ass in the head with a bowling ball when he wasn't looking. So it's so easy for people to put their hands on people. Can you stop that shit? It's like, why can't we just have this discussion? Okay, let me go back and just say this. Can the fucking adults in the world grow up and stop being children? At some point, you put away your toys and get in touch with your grown ass feelings, with your adult feelings.
Yeah.
Not, oh, he hurt my feelings, or she hurt my feelings. I'm putting my hands on him. You gonna hurt like I hurt? No, motherfucker. Deal with your shit. If she hurts you, you have to control yourself and say, God damn it, I want to slap her fucking head off like a pet's.
Or walk away from these types of people who make you so angry to where you want to inflict so much pain on them.
But you know what? I hear you. You know how many men walk away and women walk behind and constantly try to egg them on?
You didn't have to do that.
Hello?
Why you do that? Wow. No.
They walk away, just say, I'm walk away. And bitch, where you walking to? I know you walking with me. And he's still walking. Come on now. And you hit him and punch him.
Because I walk away, but do it in a certain type of way that makes me not want to follow you, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
If the dude walking away and he's trying to get out of the situation, you chase him, tell him, like, God damn,
we're not chasing him. We're just walking behind him.
Cuss him out.
Politely. Politely. We're doing it politely. Like, yeah, we do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get loud.
It sounded good, though.
Yeah,
Please walk away. Yeah,
he walks away and shit.
If y'all walk away, then at least I have the upper hand in the situation. You can say that y'all did walk away. And we didn't chase. We walked behind you, politely.
But we know
with bad words.
If you're around a lot of people, that could happen. What if you're in the house by yourselves? Hello. What happens then? Because now you got all. He's mad. She
excited.
Now.
She might as well be jumping up and down.
You mad. Like that motherfucker just turned his back on me.
Yeah.
I'm still talking to you.
What? Yeah. I
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
He just walks away.
Yeah. It's called it. And for the record, that is the cool down period. Everybody should be allowed time and space to pause the conversation, cool off.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that we should allow each other that space, but don't just walk away from me any old type of way.
See, most guys they're gonna walk away because first of all, they don't want to get the word game with you because y'all gonna win every time.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get and start because y'all start putting up old shit. Because then that's the time y'all spring up old shit that have. Remember, you ain't went out there, you ain't picked the right meat up.
No, that's the argument when you start hearing shit like, that's why your fucking father left your ass for real.
Oh no! That's the type of shit that comes. Those arguments is when that kind of sentence comes
below
out.
the belt. Below the belt.
Because you want him. Because like we said before, you want him to hurt as much as you hurt. So you gonna start pulling out all this old shit, and then be surprised when he stole you.
I mean, because he's gonna get mad.
And he gonna steal
It's only certain words that most of us are willing to say, because
Yep.
we're not gonna push those buttons. No, let me pause. Halt. Oh no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna walk away. Let me just be quiet.
Because again, that's the one thing for a guy. A guy is to tell a guy that's why your daddy didn't raise you. That's why your mama raised you. You start getting to that point. Now you start getting the shit that he can't control, but he had to deal with.
I think that as women, we have no training and understanding on really what our tongues can do, like our speech.
That's the most dangerous shit y'all got.
And no, it is,
mouths,
and we do it without understanding. We use it without understanding, and I'm saying that that's one of the things that we don't have control over. It's actually one thing that we boast on. Like, I'm not biting my tongue for nobody. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. If you're a woman and you feel like you don't bite your tongue first of all, if you feel anybody and you don't bite your tongue for nobody, what? So you don't curb your conversation around children. That's called biting your tongue. Everybody should curb their conversation around a certain group of. We all should bite our tongue around, depending on who's around. Like, that's just a false sense of liberation.
And I hear you. But you walk around, family members, people in the mall, they say any kind of thing to their fucking kids.
Yeah, because they're serious. Like, no, I'm not biting my tongue for nobody, as if that's your sense of liberation. It's nothing liberating about, disrespecting people and not giving a damn about whose feelings you kind of stepping and stomping all over.
Exactly. And then that poor child who you constantly stomp on.
Or the man you
constantly stomp on. Constantly. Eventually you get tired.
Because your tongue.
Yes.
You practicing that. So either you're stomping all over the kids and your man and your mama. Like, you just got stank attitude. You don't know how to talk to people. Because you don't bite your tongue for nobody.
Yep. Because that's their liberation. Like you said, their liberation.
Yeah,
I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping 100. Now, when he keeps it 100 with you,
wow,
really go
no,
there with you.
Don't you be disrespecting me like that, man.
That was disrespectful. You can say anything under the sun to me, but the moment I try to pull some realism on you, now
isn't that how it goes, though? Yeah.
Or what's funny to me? My favorite complaint I've always heard is, we can be in an argument, but don't call me no bitch. But if you,
we had to laugh on that one.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to say it, but damn. Usually, if a guy call you a bitch, and especially in an argument, you probably earned it. You probably earned it.
Took it a little too far, because again, for us to go that, we at some point we could take enough blows. We could take all the blows, but at some point you're gonna hit us real hard, real low. Some point, and we like. All I can do is go and call you the B word or some other word.
I don't know. I'm not in the argument and being called the B word in the argument. Maybe I'm fighting fair. I don't know. But I'm not being called the B word in the argument. Damn.
Because the moment we say B to you, what happens to the conversation now?
Now we're below the belt. Now we're both below the belt. And did you take it there? Because you don't want to be the person held accountable for taking this argument below the belt, do you?
Well, we just try to get you off us. So we said, bitch, that means leave us alone.
No, that meant coming closer. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because I was about to calm down, but now I'm revved up. I'm feeling all the way disrespected.
But then you feel disrespected if you're told to calm down.
Then I'm feeling disrespected when you tell me to calm down.
You're disrespected if you feel like it's a losing situation. If I don't say something, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
God damn! So what is
it though? That is sort of the plight of the woman. Because when I'm emotional, it's a little bit all over the place, and that's why if the man has been impressed over the years by the woman. To be run by his emotions, and now we're inside of a relationship where your emotions are running you, my emotions are running me, and now we're combative, or we're not seeing eye to eye. And how do we battle?
Yes.
Both, like,
How do we battle?
chaotic, like both emotional and all over the place. No, it's normally like just me a little bit, emotional, and you like, I'm the mountain type of thing. Not gonna bend to this woman and all
quiet.
that. Yeah.
Because again, guys who have that control.
Yeah, that self-control that the woman is lacking in that moment. I'm not saying women don't have self-control, but generally as your emotions rev up, you're going to start losing more and more control. And it's the man's maybe stillness in that argument. Just not what you're doing. It's going to bring you back down.
Exactly.
Not matching those energies.
And that's why I think a lot of people don't know how to really handle nowadays. I think a lot of people, everybody's emotional, which is good yet bad. Because you have to be emotional. You have to be in touch with how you're feeling. You have to.
Absolutely.
But you can't be so emotional that you can't think rationally, because it's like your emotions driving everything you do.
Well, that's what it is.
And that's the problem.
That's the problem, because the male, he's able to control those emotions to keep himself thinking very rational. Generally speaking,
should be able to.
Whereas the woman, the more those emotions are, revving up, the less control I'm having, right? Like, oh my goodness, I was calm now I'm about to, oh my goodness, somebody give me the bat, I'm about to knock his windows out.
I'm gonna bust his windows out his car, I'm gonna scratch his car up, I'm gonna choke his ass out, I'm gonna hit
Remember
at
the
him.
one girl who tried to remember she tried to douse his car with the gasoline and set it on fire, and then it exploded
and set her on fire.
Would have knocked her back into the other car.
Yeah.
Like,
What the?
she was emotional. She was because you saw how fast she ran over there, and then when she got exploded on, like she got hit by the explosion, she reacted so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, she was emotional though. She wasn't thinking clearly yet.
T. I'm emotional, but I'm gonna go get some gas and set his fucking car on fire because I'm emotional.
Yeah, you don't know how deep those emotions was running that day, baby.
damn.
I don't know what he did either. That's the other crazy part. Because I'm going to just go, first of all, think about it. She went to the gas station with the little, the red joint that you get when you about to mow the lawns.
Yep.
She don't even, she's not mowing no lawns. Who gas thinks she done stole?
Yep.
She didn't buy it. She
Nope,
didn't.
it wasn't brand new. Nope.
It wasn't brand new, right?
Yep. She found that shit somewhere.
She done walked up to somebody and grabbed a little gasoline tin. Yeah, got that, filled that up, dousing your car. Like, you real live doing this and looking over her shoulder the whole time. My dear, you can't see the Ring camera that's recording you.
No, and it's looking right at you.
I mean, it's looking right at. This was one of the best videos that we've seen.
Oh my god!
And when she just exploded, she caught the little. What is it, impact? And then she just got up and, first of all, she remembered to gather her materials, I think, also, right?
She did.
She gathered her items after being hit by an explosion. You would have thought it would have done more damage than that. Gathered her items and rolled out. Wow, emotions got you going crazy.
Crazy. And it's like right now, she used gas. Some people use guns.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some people just
Some people use their car. You remember the one where the girl just I'm gonna just drive right into him.
Killed him. Killed that man. Because you ran into him. Because you're emotional. Your emotions said, I want him. I was going to run him over. And could back up over him and keep going. And then think, I probably killed him. So now you about to go to jail because your dumb ass couldn't handle your emotions.
Yeah, that's what most of us, men and women, when the emotions, run too erratic, we act out.
Can we just stop calling them men and women?
What are they?
Boys and girls. Because that's what children do. Children, when they get upset, when you see two little kids are in a line and one kid steps in front of the other, then the kid in the back will pull that child or whatever, regardless of gender. Regardless of gender.
They're going to act up.
They're going to spaz out because they're so angry in this moment and they don't have the logical processes to recognize that sometimes life is unfair because they inherently, as human beings, the lack of fairness grates us to such a huge degree. You see it with children. You cut a bigger slice of cake for another child.
I'm going to act up.
They're going to act up if one kid has a bigger slice than someone else.
That's why it's always
I
important.
don't care how old the kid. It can't be 3.
Exactly.
No, they ain't got. They can't even talk. It's like, huh?
They recognize imbalance.
Right, that's not equal.
Nope.
No, I'm about to act up. Give me that. And they might just reach out and take it.
Oh, just grab and bite it, because that's
Yep.
and you're right. And that what we just said was, thank you, producer. We talk about kids. We know how kids act because we were kids. We know how we act when something didn't work out right, and then we act out emotionally because we're so immature that we didn't know how to
Process and deal.
exactly. Now those are kids. We're grown ass adults.
Yes.
Still acting like kids.
Yep.
And then wonder why the kids continue to act like kids when they grow up. I don't know where that kid learned that from. I didn't raise him that way. And they always selective memory too. Like, I didn't raise that kid that way. But if you ask that kid, they'd say, oh, you always was like this. You act just like me.
Because you're probably not raising them with intent. Right? Just going through the motions, not being mindful of what you're actually putting into your kids.
God damn. We've been saying this so long. It's like we're saying the same over and over again. But what we see in the world today is truly people don't want to grow up. They like as the producer said, everybody want to be fair. Life isn't fair. Nothing is fair. You know, is it fair that everybody got to go work all the time to make ends meet? Fuck no. When some people don't do nothing, get up every day, and there's money sitting in their bank.
Or we ain't angry at the end of the day, acting up.
Yes, but no one's teaching these kids who grow up to be adults how to handle their emotion and to understand that life is not fair. You can't be a victim. You can't have your way all the time. And you just continue to pass it on, which makes the next generation look bad. So when we step back and older people are like, oh my God, I can't believe they act like this. Look, why they act like this? If you fucking turn around and go back 30 years when you was raising them, you were them. You were doing the same shit, but you know, people want to change their mind. Oh, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And when your kids say, yeah, you was fucked up, mama.
Yeah.
You was fucked up, daddy.
Like it was you.
It was you. Well, I did the best I could. Now it's, oh my God, your daddy wasn't there, and then I did the best I can. That's how you gonna rub me back in my face. Now you're gonna do the guilt trip on you because you're a fucked up parent. I gotta be okay. You're a fucked up parent.
Nobody want to do the work. Yeah.
So okay, I'm sorry, mama, for making you feel bad. Oh, daddy, if I make you feel bad about that, but you were fucked up.
Yeah. I'm
Accept
asking
it.
you to fix the situation and move on and carry on.
No, you don't want
You
to.
like, nah, I'm done. Leave me alone. I'm
Nope.
stuck in my ways now.
I'm stuck.
I'm good.
And damn it, what I did got you to where you going to. But now, you all upset and all pissed off and everything. And now the mama like, then you got to deal with your mama's emotion. And my thing is, I shouldn't have to deal with your mama's emotion. I should just be able to deal with, let's be able to have a conversation with mama or daddy and say, hey, here's what's going on. Here's why I'm gonna have to correct. Here's the things I need to do in order to get me to a point where I don't feel like a child anymore. And you had a hand in it, and just being honest, said as a child, this is what you did to make me the way I was, and I realized it was a problem, and I had to go fix it. And I just want to let you know the damage you did to me, and I know you was hurt, but I'm doing more to be better. Now, if you could talk to your parent and they said, I understand, I did the best I could, I'm glad that, you out there and you're making yourself right. Okay, that's fine. Most of them ain't gonna do that. Most of them gonna turn that shit back around you and all that I did for you, you're gonna talk about all the bad shit, mama, I say you took care of me. No. You done hurt my heart, and the Lord, I done prayed on everything, and I worked 5 jobs. The other thing is, would you want a kid to say, okay, mama, let's be honest. Did I fucking ask to be here? No.
But I also think that maybe do we guilt it around because by the time we in adulthood, we don't have anybody to like laugh our kids out with? Because normally, your kids do, make a good old confession to you like that. You're like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel like that. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Mama did the best they could. Girl, this ungrateful son of a bitch done called me up and then tried to tell me about myself. Yeah,
All that shit
I was
that I
protecting
did.
him from a such and such, and then it doesn't. Yeah.
Your name is absolute dirt now. They're going to say, I cannot believe that at this point that you came out and told me what kind of lousy parent I was. And you're like, no, mama, again, I had to do this for myself. I just want to tell you what affect the things. You may not have known what happened. You did not know what you did, how it affected me.
And normally, as parents, you don't like how you know what type of parenting your children are internalizing.
You don't.
You can be sitting there prepping them for the spelling bee, thinking you're doing the best thing ever. Like, oh no, my kid gonna be the spelling bee champ. Get them into, engineering programs, send them all the way up to NASA type of thing. I'm gonna be the best mother ever. And they be like, I hated all them damn dictionaries, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like any of the stuff that we was doing. You're driving me crazy damn near.
Exactly.
And you'd be like, I was giving you the best life ever. But how they internalize what you were doing is going to be totally different than what you probably set out to do.
But how many parents actually talk to their kids? Think about it. How many parents today will actually take some time out and really sit down with their kids at some point, just say, hey, what's going on? I haven't really talked to you. Everything good? You want to talk about anything? You cool?
Yeah,
They don't
that's
do
not
that.
how you talk to kids.
Because most of them are so
That's
much
weird.
in a state of work and food and taking care of roof over your
It
head.
has to be very natural. And in today's world, conversation's not fostered in our lifestyles today.
No.
Like, you just think about it. Kids get home from school. I mean, they going to go to their rooms or to the, maybe the basements or, their space.
Yep.
Quote unquote. Whatever the child's designated area is. Everybody's going to go to their own designated area of the household when they get home, and the common area might be coming out for food, like in the kitchen area, but most families aren't cooking together. So you're not cutting up together in the kitchen and exchanging stories and conversations, and most families aren't sitting down at the table together. And so, there's no conversation to start with and to build on. Because when you have a conversation, it's something that's buildable, right?
Yeah,
So if I came and talked to you at dinner last night and I'm like, oh, you talking to some girl or some girl likes you, middle child said, Mom, some girl, everybody in school thinks some girl likes me, right? And so that's a buildable conversation. And so next time I see him, I'll be like, so, was that girl checking you out today? We're going to hook your hair up different. Like, what we doing? We're going to kill the game or we're going to kill it or not? Like, it's a buildable conversation. And the more that you mention it, the more that it's just easy to have that conversation and the kids actually talk to you. But it's not some weird, random, how you doing, what's going on.
Well, parents also try to I think a lot of parents try to make things teachable moments. And sometimes not everything needs to be a teachable moment.
No, it's just a moment. We're
Yes.
just enjoying it.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just converse. You don't gotta. I don't gotta teach you about dating. I just want to know the tea. Sometimes I just show up just for the tea. Pour it, my dear, because I'm a sip it. I mean, I genuinely enjoy it. How old is the kid? 6th grade. Yeah, I enjoy the 6th grade tea.
Oh,
yes,
Lord. Oh, Lord.
But you have to.
You got to.
You
really
and
do.
like the 7-year-old. Nah, what's going on in the playground? For 7-year-olds, yeah. Her homegirl was on the phone and she said, "Sorry, you like my hair?" And she was like, "Yeah, oh, that's cute." And she was like, "Well, my hair is new. What you got that's new?" What?
What?
What are they talking? But true that, right?
Wow.
Like, you got to meet them right where they're at, and you got to enjoy it for the little silly, stuff.
Exactly.
So she had to get her hair new, just so
Oh,
everybody.
look, so her hair is new, so now my hair
Yeah,
is
I had to kill it and let me know now, but my hair is longer.
new. Oh,
But you got to meet them right where they at, have that conversation, right? Yeah, and enjoy it.
but you know how many kids say they can't even talk to their parents? Grown kids.
And to me, at that point, that's your parent. As a parent, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're the adult in the scenario.
You should have led.
You, to
fostered
me,
that.
that's your That's your moment to foster it. When your kid says, like, "Oh, they say this girl checking me out."
Yep.
Just as
Open that.
easily.
The child opened that up.
Yes. Opens right up with that conversation. The first thing cannot be, better not bring no fast ass girl around here. That's how and now I don't bring it up to you anymore.
It
Yep.
could have went anyway.
Yep.
And so basically, are we making the space comfortable for conversations to be had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true, because the one thing about kids will you can either make kids as open or as closed as possible based on your response to them and how they approach you. Because if you're open to them or you allow them to have their own mind and talk to you, they're always able to talk to you because mama's open. She won't shoot me down, and I can talk to her. But the moment you start, that ain't no problem, or that's silly. What you worry about that for? Now the kid starts to close up on you because he's like, okay, mom, I can't talk to this about.
They start gauging you. That's what I call it. They start gauging you.
Yes,
I know how much I can do with this one.
Exactly. And now, as they grow up, when they're little, they start learning. But when they start reaching that 10, 12, 13, it starts to change because now body changes, hormones change.
Yes.
And now, again, I told the producer this when it was 5. 2 rules. And producer, what was rule number 1?
Your friends are stupid.
And what was rule number 2?
Refer to rule number 1. You never go wrong.
It's true though.
Because-
I always taught mine to be the most educated person in the group, please.
There you
Take
go.
my information, and you can spread that. And when you need some more information, refer back to the source. That would be me.
There you go. Because again, if I know I'm talking to you, I know for a fact that their parents, they talk to them like I'm talking to you. I know it's for a fact. And they can't tell you anything that you can't come to me and say, hey, Dad, is this? And if I don't know, we're both going to sit there and figure it out. Nope, they're lying. Oh, yep, they're telling the truth. Because again, that's the thing that people fail to realize is like your parents don't talk to you, so you go to your friends. Because they should
But
know.
for women and boys, it might change a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, now for women, what happens? Now for guys, we talk to each other.
He has a dad to talk to, is what I'm saying. Some conversation
that's where
pieces.
I was
It's a little bit like, so I did instill that in him, like with a lot of conversation pieces. Like, but as he's gotten older, there's certain things that hey, make sure you're talking to him about this. Hey, did you talk to him about this? Hey, is he talking to you about this? I kind of get out of that arena just a little bit because he does have a proper relationship with dad. And to me, that is the proper, that like I wouldn't expect for dad to have certain conversations with the girls. If the mom is definitely present, active, and doing her job. Right?
Yes, that's true. And, you know, 'cause
I can't
growing-
do your thing.
No.
It's called division of labor. It's just, okay, I can't, as we always say, women can't teach men how to be men. And they can't teach girls how to be girls.
Yeah.
So, like, you really, you need to have, especially when you have that ability, to delineate, listen, at a certain age, son, I don't want to talk to you about A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, give me the romance and the conversation piece, and give me the mom stuff of it, and respect my womanhood, right?
Yes.
And go to dad for certain things, and we're gonna respect the manhood. That's it for me,
And what you just said is probably, I'm going to say 30% of society today have that ability to have both parents there and have that conversation. And I said 30%. I hope it's more than that, but I'm just going to say 30 off the top of my head because that sounds about right.
Okay.
So the other 70 are out there just ass out, just out there trying to figure all this out. And again, you can go to Google and all that stuff, but the Google is not going to give you the real emotional common sense part of this.
Yes.
It's going to give you...
It'll give you the answer, but it won't give you the nuance.
Yes. Yes. And that's the thing. And that's what these kids are missing. People want to tell your kids your situation because you should. You should say, hey, when I was your age, boom, 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 boom. But don't discount your kids' experiences. A lot of people are like, oh, that ain't nothing because I ain't go through that. But no. Listen to them because don't discount it because when you start discounting a kid's appreciation or experience or whatever they're trying to tell you, then it's like, I can't come to mama for nothing. I'm just trying to tell her something. This happened. And she already told me, nah, what? That ain't important to me.
Oh, I'm out here trying to be an artist, and she talking about you ain't going to make no money. What's she talking about? Come on, mama.
Yes.
Support me out here.
Come on now. It's like, mama.
You supposed to build them up real big. Yeah.
You're supposed to build them. You don't crush your dreams. Prime example. When I was growing up, when my son was growing up, and I had video games. I let him beat me all the time. Some people say, I can't believe you let your son beat you. Of course. What sense is me crushing him every time playing a video game when I know I could crush him playing video games? And he'll be just as happy and, Dad, I won. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And again, I let him win.
I saw the other spectrum. At the other end of that spectrum, I saw the dad who refused to allow the kid to win without actually winning.
No.
So when you won, it was yours. And I'm not letting you win. Never. Okay? If you beat me, it's because I was slipping or you did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. See, and there's benefits to both. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like I can say like, yeah, obviously as a kid, I was a sore loser. I know that. I'm still a sore loser.
Oh, were you?
I'm still a sore
Were
loser.
you?
I'm still a sore loser because to me, I always feel like if I lose, it's something I did wrong. That's how I look at loss. If I lost, I fucked up. Point blank period. That just is what it is. So I'm always like, man, what did you do wrong? Like, you could have done this, you could have done that, you could have this. So I get bothered when I lose because I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
And if I can't figure that out, then I just get even more mad because I'm like, dog. But if I know for a fact, like, oh man, we playing football and you drop that pass, nah, you get
That was it.
you screwed me.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I feel like you can domineer your child and then you could easily have a kid who doesn't want to play with you at all.
Yeah.
Because they ain't nothing
It
from
can go any way.
It can go either way.
Yeah.
Because the kid, like you said, like, there's kids who will grow from that and be
Yeah.
like, man, like when I beat my dad, like I had to earn that.
Yeah.
And they remember that I
And
had to earn
Yeah, and when that kid first won, that first W, he ripped it through the house. Oh, I
I
knew
know he
about
did.
it. I recall it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I recall that.
Oh, I recall it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that, Mom. Ah! Yeah, my house real lit. You're right. Yeah, no, it's going to stick in there.
And then he'll never forget it because he had to overcome that little mountain.
But it also depends on the type of kid now.
Exactly.
The
Now,
type of
let
kid.
it had been a
Yes.
very sensitive type of child who would have just shut down. I'm not playing nothing. Never. What if he was 6? It was like, never with dad. He ain't never playing with dad.
Never again.
And you know some kids try to shut down on you.
Yes, and you have to understand that this will work for A.
Certain kids.
It just won't work for B.
Yeah. Not all of your kids are the same.
No,
Totally
no.
different.
And you got to be aware of that, which means you have to be in tune with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people aren't in tune because they're so wrapped up in day-to-day functions that they
Yeah.
see them, they know their names. You know, I know it's a male and a female, but I'm so busy just trying to keep things going because the world has got me so twisted that I'm just trying to keep things moving.
We got to slow down.
And how do we do that?
Okay, so I started, they say your children are supposed to read 20 minutes a day because I have school-aged kids. And so, okay, so you can read 20 minutes a day, whatever, but you're not really connecting with your kids because you're reading. I'm not going to be like, that's boring, but that's not connecting with the kids.
Yeah.
So at some point of the night, we do family draw time. We've been family drawing. We've been doing it for about
shit.
a week or two. And it's been awesome. I've been
Oh,
roasting the
that's great.
kids. Don't give me
That's good.
My pictures come out the best. They don't know that, but they know that now. No, we get super competitive. We have a good time though, and we can, trash talk about what's going on in school. Yeah, but something to connect, cook with the kids. We always cook together, so that's nothing new for us. But definitely cook with the kids.
But
something.
that's something that they will take moving forward. That's something they can go back to.
Even like something you would do with them weekly. I remember my dad used to do random cement dinosaurs with us. Y'all don't even know what they are. He used to always have cement because he was a contractor.
Yeah.
So he would always have random bags of cement, and he bought this one little mold kit. So we always randomly make little cement dinosaurs. You pour the cement. You mix cement.
Yeah.
And then you pour it in dinosaur molds or any type of mold you
And then
want.
you can chip it out.
Yeah, and then you paint it. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so if you
Wow.
just randomly be out there or you painting rocks.
Wow.
You gotta do something with those kids, especially if you're a man. Children will recall probably everything they do with dad. Singing
This is true.
sessions. Like just have a random music session. Turn on the music and sing for 15 minutes. That's about 3 or 4 good songs. Now we need a little music session. Let's clean up. Turn the music on, jam out. Dads probably know all the newest songs. I don't care how old they get, they keep up with all the music.
Yes.
We're going to be stuck in our same high school set of women get caught up in that, high school and maybe college. Maybe college and back. That's our music, right?
Yeah, that's
but
true.
the men,
Oh, yeah.
they stay up to date with the kids, so the kids end up kind of seeing a different side of dad. Like, Dad staying up to date? What? Dad stay up to date? So you can definitely connect with your kids by just the music selections that you putting on for those 15, 20 minutes while you kind of, hey, y'all, let's get up and let's clean up. Let's move
Yes.
around. Let's dance. Let's be a little bit goofy while we doing it, but let's get the job done. Let's
Yes.
connect with each other.
Wow.
And I'm competing because I'm probably singing the best. Remember that, right?
Yes.
Or dancing the best.
Yes.
Right? Like,
That's true.
or I'm cleaning up the fastest. I'm going to make a competition out of something.
Oh, Lord.
Something to where I could tease you like, I did that and you did it.
Yeah.
Like, make it fun for whatever it is that's for your family.
Wow, that is
Connect with your
important
kids, yeah.
because that is how you go a long way of these kids staying connected to you,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a way where they feel like they're obligated to you.
Yeah, or super, like, connected or, like, artificial.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like people don't see the damage that they cause until these kids grow up.
Mm-hmm.
When they're little, they're 7, 8, 9, you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're 17, 18, or about to leave and get out of school, you really now see your relationship with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't really want to talk to you, really want to deal with you, you're like, why do you want to deal with me? Well, you never connected to them
Yep.
in that way. So when they go to college, don't be surprised if you don't come back.
Most of us are going to do some damage to our kids.
We all are parents. We're all trying the best. Okay. Let me go back.
Rewind.
Before that,
We're not all.
No.
We're not all. Okay.
Okay. There's a number of people who shouldn't have had kids.
Absolutely.
Should not have had kids at all. And somehow, if the doctor goes in there and snip, and it falls out, so you don't have any more kids, that's just God's will. There's other people who had kids that really wanted a book on how to truly raise kids. So they kind of read books, still doing it naturally. And they just kind of like, well, the book said this. Then you have other people who are so intuitive with their kids that they go and they understand who the kid is and they, work accordingly. And those are the ones that really connect to the kids
Yep.
because they're not reading a book. And they're not so disconnected that they're like, oh, I got a kid? They really are connected.
And the sad part is usually if you're disconnected with your children, there's a point in which you disconnected the connection between you two.
Yes.
It's not necessarily that your kid was like, man, you're my mom, I'm not, or you're my dad, I'm not talking to you. No, it was this girl says I'm cute. Boy, don't bring no hood right in my house.
Or go finish. You better finish cleaning up the dishes. So we can real life have a conversation and clean up the dishes or put away the groceries. Whatever we're doing, we can real life have this conversation where I don't have to just shut you down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a drill sergeant.
Or if it just wasn't the time, did I bring that conversation up later on?
But you do bring it back up.
Yeah.
Because when you keep chopping and never bringing it up, then the kid stops chopping and bringing stuff to
Stop
you.
bringing it up to you. Stop presenting you with stuff.
Why? Because you're going to shoot me
Yeah.
down anyway.
And then your tea going to be empty.
Very
You better
empty.
put your pinky up. You got no tea to sip.
You ain't gonna have no tea, you ain't have no water, you ain't gonna have nothing. Because at that point,
They said no
there-
water.
no water, no nothing. And they're just gonna walk in, hey mom, and just keep walking.
It's just dry.
Very
Kid gonna be dry, and you gonna be trying to figure out why the house so empty. They don't want to bring friends over. They don't want to do nothing here because home's not comfortable.
Home isn't home. It's a house. It's a place I stay. It's a
And
place I lay
mom's
my
running
head.
it like a prison.
And I can't wait to leave mom's prison.
Yep.
And then
And technically, we want all the kids to be like, man, I can't wait to leave home. Yeah, home ain't gonna be that comfortable. But you know that once you leave up out of this home, you're going to be like, man, I can't wait to get back home.
Yeah, because you have to be that parent who have to be mindful of what you're doing and what kind of relationship you have. We have so many parents that discounts everything, discount the kid and why the kid feel this way. But you're the one that talks to the kid. You're the parent. I get tired of, well, I'm the parent. I've always been here, and all they can do is talk to me. Okay, that's easier said than done. If I do approach you and you can't talk to me or don't want to talk to me, or you're just changing the history, because how many parents out there, it can't be that bad. I didn't do that to you, but the kids can tell you the date, the time, the moment, what was happening, the color they had, the color you had on. It was raining outside, snowing outside. So it's burnt to that kid's mind. You're like, oh, I guess it was important. Again, everything in life is important to this kid until they get to a point where they get older, and it's not as important. As a little one, everything important.
Yes.
Let me tell you, my little one used to talk all the time. Talk in the car, talk down the steps, talk driving, talking everywhere. And I listen because when he says, my mom always said, what is he talking about? I said, he says a lot of different things. You would think he's just talking to see himself talk, but he sees a lot of things. He wants to talk to you about it.
He's
and I'm
figuring out everything.
Every single thing.
It's a reason why they start getting quieter as they get older, right? They know, they know these things already.
Yes.
But in the beginning, 4, 5, 6, they are running that mouth. They are trying to figure out everything. They got questions about anything.
Everything and anything. And of course, if you listen, you see how jacked up their friends are. Because it's all saying, well, such and such did this and this. And you're thinking to yourself, what do you think about that? You would never let me do that. No, I sure wouldn't.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, I look at them. I don't want to do what they do. They can talk about, can you want to do this? No. You told me to be a leader, never a follower. Yes. You want to be a leader. Don't follow people, because the sheep never know where he's going until he goes to this little barn and they're like, oh, what's going on here? Nothing. For you, because it's a wrap. But it's always the other sheep that's like, I ain't following him. I'm going over here. The black sheep goes over here and dances around. Like, hey, they're going to this building. What's going on in there? Oh, shoot, they're coming out in bags. I ain't gonna follow that dude.
That's the thing about having those conversations, those random little conversations you have with them. The things that you instilled in them, it comes back up. And you realize that, that lesson that I keep teaching, right? That phrase that I just keep saying, they got it.
Yes.
They got it.
Yes.
They really, really got it. And, pat yourself on the back because your little job well done.
Yes. Rub yourself on the shoulder. Yes.
did that.
Thank you. And I pass on to other kids. It's like, you know what? I'm treat this kid like I treat my kid, because I'm going to treat you the same. I'm not going to treat you any differently.
Yeah.
I want you to be smart too. I don't want you to be out there and think you're supposed to just listen to everybody and they're supposed to tell you what's going on, because people are dumb out here.
We
people
need
tell you stuff.
decent people in the community and
Decent.
the village. We need good villagers.
Because
yeah.
it used to be a time when most people were decent. Most. Now, not so much. Because, again, nobody knows anybody.
Yes.
You used to know people in the neighborhood. You used to know people, your family. You really knew them.
Used to be actual community. Yes.
Now you don't know them. Now you see them like, who the hell is that?
And don't try to get to know people.
Nope, you don't. Because, again, it's like, why? Because, again, everybody's house is different than yours. And, again, you always tell your kid, when you go, I don't care what they do or how they act in somebody else's house. I don't care what they do there. You got your home training.
Yep.
Go over there.
You know how I raised you.
I don't hear no different. I don't give a damn. You get on top of the house and jump. You just call 911 when he hit the ground and said this fool jumped off the roof and crashed and broke his leg.
You can try to talk him out of it, but you better not be involved.
You better not be involved. You better not be in the bed beside him talking about, well, Daddy, he did say. And when you get at the hospital, we're going to have a real serious conversation. Because I was like, I know you wasn't a fool enough to jump up off the damn roof. And he jumped off the roof. You a follower now?
Yeah, because you've been had that follower conversation.
Ben had that following conversation. It's like, no. And all his life, he's always been the leader. And people follow him. Even in college, he's the leader and they follow him. And because that's all he knew.
Yeah.
That's how I told him. You can't be believing everything somebody tell you. If they tell you, you better go find out. And these kids right now don't have anybody telling them that. So when people tell them stuff, it's fact. It really isn't fact. You look at all these dumb social media things and think it's correct. It's not correct.
People get in trouble nowadays because of TikTok.
They saw something on TikTok. Someone on TikTok said, on TikTok they're doing this thing
A
with
TikTok hack. They was trying to TikTok.
yeah. Like, you get in trouble. You ended up in fights. You ended up losing your house, your relationships, because y'all listening to random people on the internet.
Yes.
They
random
had
people.
23.1K likes.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna work.
Thought it was. I just knew it was gonna
It
work.
said save my
That's 23.3K dumbass people who thought that was a good idea. Just because everybody thinks it's... There was a whole country who thought slavery was right.
Yes.
True.
Yes, sure did. Thought it was. Sure
Thought it
did.
was right.
Sure was.
So you try to tell me that it was all right that black people deserve to be slaves?
No.
Exactly. So just because a whole bunch of people think it's a good idea doesn't necessarily make it right.
No.
They said they was gonna try it though.
Yeah, we're gonna try and see
Epic
what happens.
fails.
Epic. And that's the problem with these kids now who grow up to become adults.
Yep.
And then they start having kids. And then you wonder why these kids of today are so jacked up. Because those kids that grew up with these dysfunctional mothers, fathers, neither, both, whatever. So now they're going to pass on the stuff that they went through. And not say, oh, you know what? That wasn't right how I was brought up. I need to do better. Well, I survived. See, they'll survive too.
That's the mentality. We needed to do away with that mentality.
Yes.
Just the whole I'll survive, and we need to stop showering our kids with gifts and stuff. And actually, work on them.
Work on them.
Yeah.
And stop giving them a star for every little thing. Oh, you got up this morning. Here's a star. No. You supposed to get up this morning. Told my son, all you got to do is go to school and do well.
Yeah, that's
Me and
your
your mama,
job.
that's your job. Me and your mama take care of everything else. We make sure that you're in the school, you're handling your business, you're doing all that stuff. So that's what your job is. So he didn't have to worry about when he went to college. You do what you got to do. I got college. He handled who he got to handle. We never had a conversation with, son, are you doing well in school? Or he didn't say, Dad, you pay that tuition so I can go back?
Right, we both did our job.
We did our job and always say, hey, you do good, Dad? You good, son? Yeah, I'm good, Dad. You good? Yep, I'm fine. I'll see you this weekend. I'll see you next week. Okay, cool. There's no need to have a conversation because there's a trust between the two of you.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of kids don't trust their parents. Kids don't trust their
That's
parents.
fair.
And if you don't trust your parents, why would you ever go to them and ask them anything that's you need to trust that they give you the right information? Because they never showed you to trust them. So
Yep.
why would I start trusting you?
That relationship wasn't built. We never achieved that.
Nope.
That's that dynamic that you see in schools today with the teachers. Students don't trust the teachers that they're on their side.
Nope, they don't trust them at all. And so now you just got a whole bunch of kids who grew up to be adults who never became adults emotionally, mentally, physically, yes. But
Physically,
emotionally
that's the
and-
easy
and
part.
emotionally, yeah, you're going to grow up. That doesn't matter.
by
You just
default.
in the trees, you raise out in the forest, you're going to grow up. But the psychological and the mental part of it is where you don't grow up. And the parent didn't help them grow.
Yeah.
The parent just, I fed you, I put roof over your head.
I did the best I could.
And now the kid realizes if the kid's smart, the kid said, I'm missing something. I need to go find something. To go find it and to come back and confront you with it.
The weird part is that nowadays when parents are saying that, mom and dad did the best they could, the kids are like, no, you didn't though. I'm
Yeah.
calling you out there
Yeah.
on your shit.
That is
Baby
true.
girl, it was 2001. Like, no, we had this available, that available. That was not the best you could do.
Nope.
What were you doing, Mom?
Exactly. So again, this goes back to all the parents out there, the parents today. You need to take the time to sit down and talk to your kids and find out where they are. Because you'll be surprised either how far behind they are or far ahead they are based on what you will find out by having a conversation with them.
Yep.
You got to take the time.
Yep.
Take the time. You don't have to sit there and just, look at TikTok or let's look at the internet. Turn all that off. Just sit down and say, let's have a conversation. It may be weird to them because you haven't done it before, but you're going to have to do
Start
that.
small.
Yes.
Small. But it's a more appropriate conversation and more appropriate relationship that you would build, a mother and a child, opposed to a relationship that you're building where you're keeping your kid super close, especially your male child, super close, as if they're your man.
And they're not your man.
They're not your man. So create those proper boundaries very early on, so that your child, as they grow up and enter into manhood, they know the boundaries to expect, right, and to keep.
That's the key. That is the key. Know your boundaries, people. Learn these boundaries. And, you know, we're just trying to, again, pass information on so you can have a successful and happy life. Because, again, if you don't have boundaries, this is how you end up with all these issues that we talked about early on in the podcast. You know, moms and girlfriends and wives and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So get those boundaries straight. You know, so, again, with that, we're going to end this session of On the Mic with the M.
And T.
And you can reach me at Overcome to Become. And T, how can the people reach you?
On Instagram at Trust_City.
People, you know what you need to do. Make it happen. And we will see you very soon in the next episode of On the Mic with the M&T. Peace and love.